This video was recorded in front of a live virtual audience. Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we shall be reviewing Elizabeth Arden's Fifth Avenue Eau de Parfum in its current state and formulation that is available today. Before we get to spraying it and enjoying it, if you do like my content and keep coming back for more, but haven't yet, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel now. You can also push the join button next to the subscription button, become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together, and thumb up this video if you're going to like it, or if you're already liking it. Thanks to all my co-chatters and co-reviewers who are watching live now, because this is being filmed live, and who will review the perfume together with me. I'm really looking forward to your opinions. And you guys who are watching this later on, I'm also looking forward to your opinions on Fifth Avenue by Elizabeth Arden, the Eau de Parfum, in the comment sections down below. Thank you guys so much. Let's get straight to it. I'm thinking, yeah, okay. I'm going to spray it right away. And let me tell you one thing. Why this perfume? Why now? Well, Fifth Avenue, New York. Let me give you a hint. I sprayed on Elizabeth Arden, and I couldn't help but wonder, was it New York coming back again, or was it Sex and the City coming back again? So, I kind of gave it away. But Sex and the City is coming back with a new season. They're starting to shoot this spring. So New York is going to be back in vogue, darling. And with it, Fifth Avenue. So these vibes and my happiness for having the girls back on the small screen, because it's going to be a TV series. They're not going to shoot a movie just yet. Yes, I am sad Samantha won't be there, but I'm still super happy that Sex and the City is coming back. So to honor it, to homage it, to celebrate the fact that they're coming back, I'm going to review a New York perfume. And you know what? This is one of those fragrances that may go unnoticed by many. They may, because they do smell, if you don't feel it, they could smell generic, forgettable, but I would not say that this one is forgettable, and I would not call it generic. It has a delicate character. It has a persistence. It's not stubborn, but rather, in a very delicate way, it paves the way to its own character. You know, it doesn't push you around like this, you know, with its elbows, but rather it kind of just oozes delicately in and walks through and goes where it needs to go. But without screaming. It's very New York. I know in New York, people walk past you, they bump into you now, there's no sorry, nothing. They're kind of like those horses that have kind of like those things that are blocking their visual, and they just kind of don't see anything on the side. So in New York, what happens a lot is kind of that. But, well, I envision a little bit of grace still left, a little bit of, empathy still left. And kind of that's what Fifth Avenue smells of. It almost has, and I know this is not a Tiffany fragrance, but it does smell to me of that early morning when Audrey Hepburn in the opening scene of Breakfast at Tiffany's passes by Tiffany's with a croissant. That's what this smells of. It's that delicate, that early morning where maybe it's the walk of shame, maybe there's hope in the air for a better future, but it could go both ways. But it's light and delicate and slightly effervescent. It's that magical and poetic. And there's a story I have about one time I was traveling for work. I was changing flights at Heathrow Airport, was it? And it was the day of my birthday. I was traveling all alone. Nobody remembered my birthday. Nobody could remember my birthday. I mean, I could not have a cell phone or nothing with me because I was, traveling on the plane. You couldn't turn it on, nothing. Anyway, so I was kind of like depressed, and it was relatively early in the morning, and I bought a croissant at one of those little tiny bakery stands. And I was sitting there, I was thinking like, should I eat it? Should I not eat it? That was a period when I was like super into sports, performance, high core, like training. I was like, ooh, this is a lot of sugar early in the morning. I was like, really? Anyway, and I was just miserable with my croissant. I was like, it's my birthday. This is my birthday croissant. Like, and I'm even thinking of if I should eat it or not eat it because I feel guilty for the sugar, like literally tragic. And that kind of like, oh, woe is me moment. And then I was like, my head down. And then I lifted my head and I noticed I was sitting on this bench and right in front of me was a Tiffany's boutique that was just opening at the airport. And I was like, huh, oh, with that kind of those gates slowly like the lifting up. And I was like, croissant, depressed, Tiffany's on my birthday, croissant, depressed, Tiffany's, my birthday, croissant, depressed, Tiffany's birthday. Breakfast at Tiffany's. So I stand up, they open up, there's the most fabulous, glamorous lady. I mean, she was, I don't know, in her 50s, 60s, I would say. She had gray hair, but lifted, coiffed, elegant, slim, sleek, and I don't know, everything. You know when things just align and all just click? She saw me come in so early in the morning. I said, I'm sorry, I know you've just opened, but may I come in? And she's like, of course you may, sir. Like with that attitude. And I was like, oh, am I in a dream? And I was like, hey, I don't want no pity or sympathy. It's just my birthday. I'm with a croissant. And I thought, breakfast at Tiffany's. And she's like, of course you may have breakfast at Tiffany's. Would you like a coffee? Oh my God. I'm telling you. And happy birthday, because I said it's my birthday. I'll never forget that as long as I live. And guess what I bought that day? They had a little tiny silver cab charm. You could put it on a bracelet or on a New York cab, obviously, for breakfast at Tiffany's. I bought a silver necklace and a dog tag, on which I would have engraved my name and the date of that particular birthday. Later on, I would have done that with Tiffany. I would have given it to another shop to let them laser it in or whatever. But that little taxi cab, little tiny one, the New York taxi cab silver charm, it's locked up in a special place. And it holds a very special place in my heart. That day I received also samples of their perfumes. None of them made me feel like breakfast at Tiffany's. But Elizabeth Arden, Fifth Avenue, is right there. It brings me back to my breakfast at Tiffany's, and it brings me back to Audrey's breakfast at Tiffany's, and it brings me back to the Tennessee Williams vibe of breakfast at Tiffany's. And it also brings me back to Sex and the City. And, okay, so it came out in 1996. It's a 90s perfume. And Anne Gottlieb is the nose behind this perfume. Anne Gottlieb made a couple of questionable choices. Anne Gottlieb designed a couple of Axe deodorant smells. Anne Gottlieb also designed a Spice Girls perfume. Marc Jacobs Bang, Dot, etc. and a lot of those daisies. But Anne Gottlieb also designed this little beauty here. Anne Gottlieb designed Secret Obsession, which shall also be receiving a review on this channel. And if it has already received a review by the time you watch this video, the link shall be posted in the card section up above, but also in the description box down below. Notes, darling. Notes, darling. Notes, darling. Top notes. Lime. Linden Blossom, basically. Lilac. Lily of the Valley. Magnolia. Bergamot. Mandarin Orange. Then we got middle notes. Jasmine. Tuberose. Bulgarian Rose. Peach. Ilang Ilang. Violet. Carnation. Nutmeg. Similar kind of combination of notes like in Secret Obsession in a way, because the nutmeg, I guess Anne Gottlieb was obsessed with the nutmeg in that period, in those 8 years between the two perfumes. It's a long time to be obsessed with nutmeg, Anne. Base notes, musk, iris, sandalwood, amber, vanilla, and cloves. they blend so delicately together. But I think what we have here, that vanilla, clove, sandalwood, amber, musk accord at the base, synthetic, doesn't matter. Yeah, it does smell synthetic, but it doesn't matter if it's synthetic. It works anyway. Everything is dosed so delicately. None of these ingredients is overpowering. None of them battle each other. As I said, they don't elbow through to get to where they want to go, but they kind of elegantly just, you know, just kind of almost, I don't want to say blow in the wind. They float through very elegantly. And that's what Elizabeth Arden Fifth Avenue is about. It's a nice scent. It's masterfully done because, yes, it's an easy office wear scent. Yes, it's a non-offensive scent. It falls into that category of a perfume that is inoffensive, could be a crowd pleaser, but it's masterfully done because it's, you know, usually the crowd pleasers have no character. The crowd pleasing perfumes that are easy office fragrances, they're easy because they got no character. This one manages very elegantly, very masterfully to walk that thin line, and it manages to be that crowd pleaser, easygoing thing, but with character. And you got to find that character in this. It has really good projection, really good longevity. And we're talking about the current formulation right now that I got here. Batch code Y2, I don't know, this is too small. 20820B or Y20820B. This is a 30 ml bottle. I love how the little tininess of it. I just wanted it so I can like put it in my bag when I'm out and about because it's something to freshen up with as well. It's really good. As I said, that sandalwood, musk, amber base note gives it substance so that all those flowers in the top, they kind of have something to latch onto. But even the flowers are dosed very generously but masterfully so that none of the flowers outweighs the other. And that Linden Blossom, I think, is the keynote here. In the top notes, what you smell the most is like this Linden Blossom, which has almost a syrupy type of, you know, like you could make out of Linden Blossoms, you could make syrup, you could make drinks, you could make cocktails, you can make them alcoholic or non-alcoholic, but they taste really good and they have a certain powdery sweetness to them, both the flower and also the subsequent, if you want to produce it like syrup or drink or food or whatever, or tea or what have you, and that's what kind of emanates from this fragrance in the top notes, and it kind of trickles down all the way to the bottom, and it tangles together with and dances so masterfully with all these other ingredients. I mean, we got tuberose in here too, guys. We got jasmine, we got Bulgarian rose, peach, ylang ylang, violet, carnation, nutmeg. I mean, all those things that we're used to from all those perfumes that we love, you know. Mine is the nutmeg, which is kind of a rare one. But a nutmeg has like takes center stage in Secret Obsession. And it's that kind of dreamy mood, you know, where you're in this state of it's either early in the morning and you got that walk of shame walking back home, you haven't slept all night. Or it's just about to, or the sun is just about to set. We're at this kind of beginning or ending of something. That's what this smells of. But even the ending of the day, as the sun is setting, you know, the sunset is the beginning of the night. So there's also hope for something that's going to sizzle and happen at night. And early in the morning, you have the hope for a new day and what it brings and that beautiful sun. And it's a cloudless sky. There are no clouds in the sky when you wear Fifth Avenue. It's a beautiful blue sky. Slightly cool. There's a crisp wind breeze blowing through those streets of Manhattan. That beautiful blue sky that only Manhattan. Listen, when the sky is blue, Manhattan takes the cake for the blue sky, especially in February. Oof. The angle the earth falls in with the sun, that blue sky that can hit in February in Manhattan when it's a blue sky, it's the most intense of blues. It just fills your heart and soul with joy and happiness to experience that blue sky in Manhattan. And so it's that kind of morning, and it's that kind of hope in the air. And you're still fabulous. Yeah, so what? You're still dressed in your fabulous outfit from last night, and you're feeling a certain kind of way. And yeah, you bought your, freshly baked croissant, and you're walking through the city. And yes, this is an Elizabeth Arden perfume review, but you do pass by Tiffany. And all those feelings and emotions wake up, from Tennessee Williams' book, novel. And you lose yourself in a way. It's very dreamy. It's a calming perfume with character, which is good for New York, especially because you're always stressed out in New York. So this thing levels you out. It's almost like an antidote to New York street stress, because it kind of levels you down without eliminating your character completely. And it's dreamy. It's dreamy in a good way. So I'm giving it a thumbs up. It's definitely worth going on that little dream journey, And it's definitely worth wearing this one while you're watching Breakfast at Tiffany's, or while you're, you wake up one morning, if you have slept at night and you're waking up and you want that warm croissant, you just kind of go out the house and you get one, and you spray this before you leave the house, and you feel all warm inside, and then you eat it on your own. This sounds so depressing. But then again, Audrey was depressed too in that moment, but she was dreamy. She was alone at that moment, and we see the streets of New York empty so early in the morning. But at the same time, there's this happiness when she looks at the window of Tiffany. So, that's that, you guys. Oh, Truman Capote. Not Capone. Capote, yeah, Truman. Truman Capote wrote the book. Sorry, guys. Why am I saying Tennessee Williams? Truth be told, just the other day, I reread A Streetcar Named Desire, and I'm just like completely into Blanche Dubois. I'm totally rewired. I don't know why. My apologies. Truman Capote, not Tennessee Williams. But Truman Capone is... Debbie, Truman Capone is amazing too, because it's like Al Capone's brother, Truman Capone. Candy Fluff says Capone book would take a very different turn. Oh my God. So sorry I mixed up my Tennessee Williams and my Truman Capote. Well, both were sisters. They had something in common. And that was the review, you guys, but sorry for the mix-up. Oh, I can already imagine the plethora of comments coming in like, yeah, I have no clue what you're talking about. This is Truman Capote, not Tennessee Williams. Oh, well, bash me if you may. Now I'm drooling from one roasted croissant, says Trin. Yes, me too, actually. It is a yellow floral, Christy. It's also sparkly white. There's like yellow with sparkling white in the surface. It's a beautiful Linden Blossom yellow floral from what I can remember, says Emilio. It's a beautiful smell. It's really beautiful. Debbie says, I don't think you can overspray this one. Only in summer for me. It's very strong, you guys, and I have the current formulation. It's not... I'm making this review in March. So it's like not like the hottest weather yet, and it's like still kind of cold. And by the way, it's the first day of spring when I'm making this review. That's why I'm wearing floral for spring. How groundbreaking. But it's also kind of brings the promise of beauty and life. You know, the first day of spring, we're reviewing Elizabeth Arden's Fifth Avenue. It kind of all falls into place. I think beginning of spring and Fifth Avenue, the perfume, they really go well together. Ah, yeah. Emilia says, Linden might as well be the best smelling tree there is. Well, I mean, the linden is the magical factor in here, as I mentioned before. It gives you that vibe of spring. It's just that good. of youthfulness, of happiness, lightheartedness. But with character. It's really difficult to balance that. And Gottlieb, you did a good job, girl, designing this fragrance. I didn't know Secret Obsession and Axe had anything in common. Yes, the woman whose nose is behind them is what they have in common. Lord Charfield says, I love that. And a lot of those daisies, lol. Yeah, she did a lot of them daisies. Mr. Philip Fabulous says, oh, memorial birthday moment, says Trin. Yeah. How would we send breakfast at Tiffany's? Like this, you guys. Fifth Avenue. Okay, that's such a sweet experience, says Rara. Yeah, it was a sweet experience. Yeah. That's so adorable, says Antigone. So sweet your birthday turned out to be. I know that lady. Actually, it's not Tiffany's that made it happen. It's that wonderful, gorgeous, elegant lady that was working there with her coiffed, gray hair and her elegance, that kind of old worldly elegance that, sales associates from back then can deliver like nobody else's business. They make you feel, they make you feel wanted, understood, desired. And that's what a luxurious shopping experience is all about. Yes, it's completely charming, says Debbie. Christy says, perfect. A charm of a cab. Love it. I had to buy a little cab, yellow cab charm at Tiffany's. It was like a no-brainer to me. Jack Dean says, what a gorgeous story. Thank you, Jack. Philip says, that's the best birthday ever. I mean, I was alone, but I made it happen. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess I'm the only one here who hasn't seen Breakfast at Tiffany's, says Kira. Kira, you might enjoy it. You might just really enjoy it. It's a very, very interesting one. And not very... It has connections also to emotionally. There are parallels that you can connect it to Nine Inch Nails as well. This sounds weird now, but Dacob, perfume poetry, says Mr. Philip Fabulous. Thank you so much. That's a good size bottle, Trin says. Yeah, 30 ml, really good to put in your bag with you. It gives you that special, when Carrie Bradshaw goes to the Guggenheim and, she's just feeling her oats, but then the Guggenheim is like closed and then rain starts falling, whatever. This is that moment when you're like alone, but you're feeling your oats and you're in the city and you just want to spray this to add that perfect framework to just feeling yourself. That's what Fifth Avenue is. Diego Goldo, is it similar to Gabrielle? I can see how Gabrielle tried to outdo this one by amping up the intensity, but Gabrielle does not come close to this. This is subtler, more elegant. Gabrielle is a little bit ratchet in its own way, but there is a similarity. They're both this kind of extreme white/yellow floral. They have similar ingredients, some of them for sure. They're both tuberose-based fragrances, but Gabrielle has something more artificial even still and metallic than Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue's better blend. Sorry, Olivier Polge, but Fifth Avenue has a better blend than Gabrielle and more subtle. And I like the subtlety with this one. And, of course, it has the Linden, which Gabrielle does not have. I read somewhere that Capote wanted Marilyn Monroe for Tiffany's. I thought that awful miscasting until I read the book, says Daniel. Monroe would have been very much like the character of Holy Golightly as written in the book. For me, though, I vastly prefer the adjustments they made to suit Audrey. Come on, you guys. Once you see Audrey in that role... And Moon River... Don't get me crying right now. I just don't. Moon River, don't. And I'm envisioning the song and the cat is lost. and then she just jumps out of the cab. The cab, you guys, Tiffany's and the yellow cab. You know what I'm talking about. Gabrielle wishes she was this beautiful. Yeah, I know this sounds a little bit bad to say also, but it's true. Like Gabrielle doesn't have the elegance that Fifth Avenue has. Seems like a very nice scent. Trin, it is a very nice scent. Miranda says, haha, floral for spring, how groundbreaking. Yeah, yes, very Miranda, darling. Walking under linden trees in the late spring in the night. That smell is purely divine. It's reminiscent. You have that in here too. It has that scent in it. Daisy is a classic at this point, though. Miss Mama made a good coin. Axe sells well too, says Emilio. Yeah, like it or not, it does. It does, I know. Jack says, oh, I miss getting taxis. There's something fun about them. Yeah, and the taxi drivers always have fun stories to share because they know everything and everybody. They've seen it all. I love taxi drivers. And the bottle sign, love it. Yeah, I know. It has something about it, right? Mina says, this is more close to Gabrielle Essence. Perhaps. Can't wait to receive this. I know, Christy. When she's so sad in that scene. Audrey, when she runs on, she's like, cat, cat. She's looking. She named her cat, Cat. Because she thought the cat, it doesn't need a name. Read the book, watch the movie, you guys. You won't be disappointed. It's just, I mean, and I ain't, and I'm allergic to cats. So I can't even, but I felt the sympathy. I felt for the cat. I felt for her in that, I felt for all of them. That movie is just so magical, as is this perfume. So guys, thank you so much for watching this review. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a lighthearted one, a hopeful one that kind of, takes us places, makes us dream a little, just a little. But the right amount, we don't need to overdream. But this one is just right to make you go, oh, to make you go, and I couldn't help but wonder, was it Fifth Avenue or was it just me? Cast me. Sex in the City. Carrie Bradshaw, I'm coming for you. SJP. No, I would never, Sarah Jessica Parker. I would never. I know you're the executive producer of it and you would kill me rather than let me be in the show. But I love you girls and I wish you all the best for the next season of Sex in the City. We're all looking forward to it. You're going to bring back wonderful emotions and memories to us. And who knows? I'm probably going to envision you wearing this perfume while I'm watching the new TV show coming out. So guys, if you like this video, thumb it up and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. If you haven't already, you can push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today and gain access to extra perks like being listed here as the co-producer in the credits of my videos. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob all spelled together there as well. Same applies for my patrons, also listed here. And you also gain access to extra perks like videos that hit Patreon before they come to YouTube, or videos that remain exclusive to my patrons and my members. You can also join me every Saturday live for my gargantuan live streams on YouTube, where all of these videos are pre-recorded in front of a virtual live studio audience. So thank you to all my co-chatters who have been reviewing the fragrance with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're watching this video later on, if you enjoy this perfume, if you have worn it in the past, if you're still wearing it, if this video made you want to try it. I mean, I can check if I can get an affiliates link from Amazon to direct you to this fragrance. If I do find one, I shall post it down below in the description box. Let me know. This to me really represents spring, you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful, hopeful, joyous spring fragrance. And the dry down is delicate. It's really, really, really beautiful, but determined. Delicate, but determined. There's no elbow kicking and elbow fighting. It's just floating elegantly through the crowds and the masses until it finds its way to its rightful croissant stand, where it shall purchase the croissant and then it shall go to Tiffany's and have breakfast there. Now I sounded like the Crazy Bill character from Silence of the Lambs. It puts the lotion in the bucket. Oh well. Until next time, guys. Love you all. Never forget to never give up on love. Bye.